This is 7.6a, and we're going to be solving rational equations. So there are several different methods you can use to solve these. If you have a fraction is equal to a fraction, not like a fraction is equal to a fraction plus a fraction, then you can just cross multiply. So I can cross multiply and I get 2u equals 52, and we divide by 2, and u is 26. However, we do need to be careful that we don't create an answer that doesn't actually work. So looking at this, are there any values of u that are not allowed? Are there any values of u that will break the equation? 0. So when we start out, we need to say u cannot be 0. And then when we find our result, we test it against that, and we're good. So that one does have a solution. Yeah, that was really easy. It does get more complicated. Let's see if this one's any different. Same idea here. We cross multiply. 4x equals 88. Divide by 4. X is 22. And we check it. Is 22 allowed? Yeah. Okay. I can do the same thing here. I have a fraction equals a fraction. I need to decide where to put that negative, though. If I'm going to cross multiply, I would just put it on top. If you put it on bottom, then you would have negative w plus 5. So we cross multiply. Negative 8 is equal to 6w minus 30. And then we add 30. And we get 22 is equal to 6w. Divide by 6. W is 11 thirds. Is 11 thirds acceptable? Yes. What is the domain restriction on this function, on this equation? 5. W cannot be 5. All right. All right. Can I cross multiply here? No. It is possible to find a common denominator on the right side and then cross multiply, but that's usually not the way that we do it. So first I'm going to write the exclusions. B cannot be 0. And I have 3 fractions. What would be the common denominator for all 3 fractions? 3b, right? 3b is the common denominator. So what does this fraction need in order to get to the common denominator? A b over b. So b over b. What does this fraction need? A 3. So 3 over 3. And what does this fraction need? A b and a 3. So times 3b over 3b. So when I write this all out, I get 2b over 3b minus 27 over 3b. Nope, sorry. Equals 27 over 3b minus, so I did 3b over 3b here, minus 12b over 3b. And every term in this equation is divided by 3b. So I don't need the 3b's anymore, right? Essentially, I just multiply the entire equation by 3b, and all of those go away. That leaves me with 2b equals 27 minus 12b. So we'll add 12b. So 14b equals 27. Divide by 14, b is 27 over 14. Is that number allowed? Yes, the only restriction was b cannot be 0. Okay. The common denominator here is going to be u minus 2. So this one needs a u minus 2 over u minus 2. So that gives me 5 over u minus 2 minus 2 over u minus 2 is equal to, distribute the 3u minus 6 over u minus 2. Now that everything is over u minus 2, I can get rid of that as long as I remember u is not allowed to be 2. So 5 minus 2 is 3. 3u minus 6. So we add 6. 9 equals 3u. Divide by 3, and I get u equals 3. Does that pass the test? Yes. That does work. All right, they're about to get a little bit harder. All right. If I factor the denominator on the right side, I get u minus 4, sorry, y minus 4, and y plus 3. My common denominator is going to be y minus 4 times y plus 3. So this first fraction needs a y plus 3 over y plus 3. The second fraction needs a y minus 4 over y minus 4. And the third fraction already has everything. So I'm going to delete the denominators, but I have to remember y cannot be 4 or negative 3. So distribute the 1, we get y plus 3. Distribute the 2, I get 2y minus 8 equals 10. Y plus 2y is 3y. 3 and negative 8 make negative 5, but I'm going to move that to the other side. Plus 5. So I get 3y equals 15. Divide by 3, y equals 5. Is that on the prohibited list? No. What if it was? No solution. Yep. So in this case, the answer is just y equals 5. All right, everything here needs a w in the denominator. So this needs a w over w, this needs a w over w, and this needs a w over w. So w squared, that's a v, w squared over w minus 17w over w equals negative 10w over w plus 30 over w. Now everything has the same denominator, so I can delete the denominators as long as I remember w is not allowed to be 0. I'm going to add this over and subtract this over. W squared minus 17 plus 10 is 7w minus 30 equals 0. Then I factor that. Two numbers that multiply to be negative 30 and add to be negative 7. So it's going to be w minus 10 and w plus 3. So w is either 10 or negative 3. Do those pass? Yeah. What if one of them doesn't pass? Throw it away, and the other one is the answer. Okay. So if I factor this, I get 2 times x minus 2. So my common denominator is 2 times x minus 2, or also known as 2x minus 4. So this first fraction just needs a 2 over 2. And I'm going to put the negative on top. The second fraction has everything it needs, but I'm going to move the negative to the top. And the third fraction needs a 2 and an x minus 2, also known as 2x minus 4 over 2x minus 4. Now my denominators can go away. X is not allowed to be 2. So this gives me a negative 6. This remains negative 6. And then plus 2x minus 4. The negative 6 essentially cancel. And we'll add 4. So 4 equals 2x. We divide by 2, and I get x equals 2. Can x be 2? No. So that number gets thrown out, and the answer would be no solution. Common denominator here is going to be v minus 2 and v minus 1. So the left side needs both, and together those will be v squared minus 3v plus 2. So this side needs a v squared minus 3v plus 2. This one needs a v minus 1, and this one needs a v minus 2. Now I can delete all the denominators, but I need to remember that v cannot be 2 or 1. So 9v squared minus 27v plus 18, oh, not equals, plus 4v minus 4 equals, don't forget about the negative, negative 2 times v is negative 2v, and negative 2 times negative 2 is plus 4. So 9v squared, 27 plus 4 is negative 27 plus 4 is negative 23. And we're going to add the 2, so plus 25v. 18 minus 4 is 14, and then we're going to subtract 4 again, minus 10. This has a leading coefficient, so we put it in the box. 9v squared and negative 10. Multiply those together, negative 90v squared. And I'm looking for factors of 90 that add to be 25. So 1 and 90 doesn't work. 2 and 45 doesn't work. 3 and 30 doesn't work. 4 doesn't work. 5 and what would that be? 18? 50, yeah, 18. Uh-oh, did I make a mistake? Well, let's see. 6 and 15. None of those will give me a 25. All right, I'm going to double check my work. So 9v squared minus 27v plus 18 plus 4v minus 4 minus 2v plus 4. 9v squared. Oh, that should be a minus. Well, it's not going to matter. So 27, negative 27 plus 4 is negative 23. Oh, minus 4 is 27. So this should be a minus 27. Okay, so that will work. Negative 30v and 3v. Pull out a 3v, and I get 3v minus 10. Pull out a 3v, and I get 3v 1. So my factors are 3 minus 10. The root there is going to be 10 over 3. And then 3v minus 1 will give me the root negative 1/3. And then we check, are either of those in the prohibited list? No. So those are the answers. All right, that's it. Get to work.